Sprinkles, baby doll Sprinkles, where is PulseChain? I demand to know where it is. No, I don't. We're bullish, friends. Everything is going to plan. Stay in your squeaky chair. I have predicted this a long time ago. We are still on track. And I've discovered a new button. Whoa, we're going to zoom in, friends. Look at this. When I say, we're going to read this together. When I say Richard Hart is timing the PulseChain launch, that is very bullish. That's how you're meant to interpret it. Okay, it's very positive. Because our sacrifice prices will be protected. Holders are going to get rewarded for patience. Ricardo Corazon, he rewards believers. That is something I've gained from observing, watching all the interviews and hanging around. That is my informational qualitative edge. Other people will see him buying Louis Vuitton bags and eating, and they're calling him fat and then all these other words. You're stupid. This person spent all your money. Okay. Well, they've done no research. They only see what they want to see. I've done the research and I'm here to share with you. I could just go by myself and no one else wins. I don't really care. I'm here to help you, okay? Because we're friends. Now, you got to understand this because often you will hear of great investor stories and they'll say, well, I was looking at the exact same information as many other great investors, yet for some reason, they couldn't interpret the information I was looking at. They could not come to the same conclusion. And I believe in my guts, in my loins, in my socks, I believe it's the same thing happening right now. History is repeating. We're just different souls, consciousness, different asset class. It's the same thing. Okay? Now, I made this picture for you. I made it a long time ago, friends. I've been saying Ricky has been timing the launch for 9 months now. It's been quite a long time. And people interpret this as very nefarious. They say, this is bad. No, it's not bad. I want him to time the launch. And you should too. You know why? Because most of you, us, we're already in. You don't have another big fat giant clip to put in. Most of it's in. If you did your research. Okay? So we're going to look at this. I made this tweet. I made this tweet in January, but I've been posting this since June of 2022. I've been saying the PulseChain launch is timed, just like we had a muscular recovery in 2019. I made a joke here. Vitalik knows the PulseChain launch date. I think Ricky's putting more to-do list items. He's being a bit of a perfectionist to put it on. And I will firmly stand by him. I'm not launching for the weak hands to exit. I would not do that. Absolutely no. You launch when there's big fat green candles in Ethereum and Bitcoin because the people who own the coins, they don't want to sell anymore. You'll be very surprised. All those people who can't wait to exit, how quickly they shut up as soon as the candles go green. I promise you that. Okay? You got to understand, look at this, man. We are dealing with a man who made a chart price go like this, friends. Richie made this chart. You see this little flag? I like to measure everything, right? So this flag is where the day one of the adoption amplifier was for the HEX, equivalent ICO. So from here, it dropped minus 98%, okay? So when they measure the 10,000X, it's from that very, very, very low. I don't personally like to do it. I like to do day one Uniswap listing. This is what I prefer to do. So this is just how I measure it. I would prefer to measure our return for Pulse and PulseChain, PulseX from our day one sacrifice. We're going to look at all of them, but I still think everything's going to go okay and everything's going to plan. So I've listened to his interviews and Ricardo, he's mentioned he can do things a bit better next time, a bit differently. And this sacrifice phase is how he's doing it better to paint the perfect chart. That's probably his next project. It's like, hey, I want to paint the perfect chart. And I'm going to show you, you already probably think we're going to talk about Bitcoin next. No. There is a perfect chart of friendship and kindness out there, friends. Have you heard of a little coin called ETHEREUM? If you go back to the start with me, we're going to go back. Let's go back through the passage of time. The Ethereum ICO was 31 cents. Ignore this little wick part. This is just fake poo-poo printing, all right? So it opened about 10x from the ICO. 10x here. And then the weak hands exited. And they exited, it dropped 85%. You were still on side though. You're still on side from your ICO price of about 33%. And then we never looked back. If you look at this chart, like, isn't that beautiful? Like, you are long from down here. What an amazing, triumphant thing to witness. I think, now I'm not Ricky, but I feel like he looked at this chart and he's like, man, I want that. I want that for my community. That is God mode. And HEX is already God mode, but man, that'd be nice if this happens. That's the vibe I'm feeling. And the good thing is, most of us, we aren't poopy heads. We did the research and we sacrificed. So look at this. Unfortunately, I just have to warn you right now. I'm telling you now, it's not going to be easy. You think it's easy, but it's not easy. Okay, because on one hand, most people say staking is a scam because that's exactly what a coin founder would tell you to do so everybody else can exit. And he would also tell you, if he wanted to be nefarious, he would tell you that so you lock up your coins and then they can exit on you. Okay, so that is a valid point in 99% of the cases. But on the other hand, it is true, very true, that 98% of traders will lose over a 5 to 10 year period. They'll have a good period and they start sucking. Do you think you're in the top 1 to 2%? Everybody thinks they are, but are you? That's something you have to look at yourself and ask. Look at this. This is very unfortunate. This breaks my heart to see. When HEX was 5.5 cents, just like a week or two ago, people sold HEX and they rotated into USDC. And then USDC depegged even harder. So it went from like 97 cents down to 87 cents, went crushed. So they're already down minus 50% on their HEX positions. People would have sold 500,000 HEX. They can only buy back now like 250,000 or 270,000. Ridiculous, right? They got crushed. Okay. And I'm saying here, you won't hear about it because the crowd always thinks they're going to outtrade holding. Always, friends. And you still have PulseChain ahead. So this is what the chart did. Look, I'll be honest, man. I was looking at this and I was like, here we go. Here's game over. I was saying that in my mind. I was like, oh, man, we're going back to 3 cents, aren't we? I was just watching it explode. Okay, so I was thinking that too in my mind. We get the same emotions. The only difference is my back is straight and my orange juice has got 3 ice cubes in it. It's not room temperature. You're drinking room temperature orange juice. You don't even have socks on. You don't know what you're doing. But you click sell. That's the difference. The other people, like me, we have fluffy slippers. We don't click sell. We feel your emotions. Yes, I want to put a water pistol to my head and just squirt all day. But I don't click sell. I keep thinking about 2025, 2026. Put the carrot in front of you and run towards the carrot. And the carrot is a long time away. So we are in disbelief, friends. We're at the part of the cycle where crypto newbies, they are in complete disbelief. And I told you it was coming. That comes after the depression phase, right? So in 2022, we saw the amazing professional analysis of everyone. And they said, oh, the macro looks so bad right now. And I said that will turn out to be the reason why they still haven't retired by 2025. Because they would rather hate diamond hand believers and holders and long-term Warren Buffett believers. They would rather hate than try to improve themselves. And that's okay. Be a hater on the side. I don't care. These slippers, there's only room for 1 foot in each slipper. Are you going to put your foot in the slipper? That's on you, friends. If you don't want to put your foot in the slipper, someone else will. And I'll stand by this next stat, by the way. Trading, 99% failure rate. I can count the amount of great top tier traders on both hands. Oh, well, like 10 people. But do you know how many dead bodies there are? And by the way, those top tier traders, I don't even have a real track record. All I know is they made a lot of money in some period of time. I don't even know how they've been going for the past 2 years. Maybe they've been like 50-50. That's what happens, friends. I know people who've made like 3, 4, 5 mil in trading. I'm like, wow, that's pretty good. And then you find out for the past 18 months, they've been going 50-50. So what happens next? I don't know how the next 5 years goes. Do they end up making a couple of next mil, or do they just keep going sideways? I'm telling you now, it's not all roses and fairies and sprinkles. You're my baby doll sprinkles, not them. With holding, right, this is the funny part. We actually have on-chain analysis to show you. I'm going to find you wallets and go, wow, this person held, they used to have 30 grand in the account. Now they have 1.2 million. What do they do? Okay, they're just bought and held. I have thousands of accounts to show you. It's not even close. Which camp do you want to be in, friends? I want to be in the camp where people are winning. Okay? And I have a 2-year bond year yield here for you. So this is really important because the US Fed, they follow the US 2-year bond rate. It's like a guide. It's like a yardstick for them. And it kind of tells them if they're too tight or too soft. And why I like seeing this is it just tells me, okay, the cycle's repeating. This time wasn't actually different. It's good to see confirmation of that. So I've mentioned to you, if only somewhere deep in crypto cyberspace, you had a friend like me who put 4 hearts of friendship and justice in every single post for you, by the way. If only I told you, hey, put your pants back on and watch the USA 2-year government bond rate, all right? It's currently 3.66%. I was watching it collapse. I was telling you to watch it on the weekends. The current Fed rate is 4.75%, friends. So this means the market foresees a land of poop and folly. Now, what I really mean by this is poop and folly just means, okay, bad stuff's going to happen in the future. But today, we price in the stimulus because we're thinking rationally. That's how the markets work. So there is bad stuff coming in the future, but we don't know what it is. It might be in 9 months, 12 months, 15 months. It's too far out for the market to see. So the smart money, they get in now into the stimulus pricing in. This is what I've been telling you for months and months and months, but no one listened. They go, ha ha ha, you're going to lose all your money because you're a diamond hands holder. Well, if you want to listen to those poopy faces, that's okay. You're just going to be poor in 4 years. You're going to realize, wow, I wasted the biggest opportunity of my life. So the US government bond, it's telling you, okay, they're going to start cutting rates. They're going to start pricing in the rates. When these bond yields go down, right, you get less money in this risk-free stuff. They have to go further out the risk curve. They start allocating more to equities. When the equities means S&P 500, right? As the S&P 500 goes up, guess what? Crypto is correlated to it. Wizardry, right? So this next post, I'm going to show you because I think it's really important, all right? Right now, so Ledger Live, with Ledger Live, they have a swap function, so you can quickly swap between stuff. But dude, oh my God, friends, sirs and madams, it is so expensive, it's not funny. You pay 2.85% price worse than the current price. That's how bad the premium is. Oh my God, literally it's straight robbery. So if you swap $100,000, they'll take a $2,850 fee from you. Every swap. So if you do 2 trades on that, oh my God, man, you've lost. That's right, you've lost almost 6%. Oh, MetaMask is robbery as well. It charges an extra 0.75%. So Uniswap's going to be 0.3%, and then you got to add this 7.5%. Oh my God, man, that's robbery. You really can't trade, friends. You're going to get destroyed. So there's another website called SideShift. It's also expensive. It charges 1.8%. Now, firstly, I'm telling you, avoid these. Whenever you can, please just go straight to Uniswap and do whatever you can to minimize the fees. But I'm also telling you, I have a very strong libido right now. So strong. Wow. I've been in markets since 2011, and let me tell you, nothing gets me more excited than seeing gaps in the prices and wide bids and offers and extreme, disgusting pricing by the market makers. Whenever you see this, that means you are early. That means there is so much money to be made. It's not funny. I'm not joking, okay? I used to trade Australian bonds, and the gaps in the night market used to be huge. People just paying up basis points at a time. It was insane when I look at it back then. And it would eventually become a super thick and tight market with very, very thin razor edge margin, and the glory days were gone very fast, okay? So when I see this, the fact that all these swap rates are still expensive means crypto is seriously going to go to the moon. I'm telling you, right, one day I foresee myself making a video going, friends, wow, do you remember when this thing used to be 2.5% fee? Now it's only 0.3%. But that's not good, friends. That means there's so much market makers, quant nerds, MEV, all the scum has come to take away our edge from the market. So we want to see all these disgusting prices out there. That means there's so much fat out there in the market to go around. We like seeing this. This is good. That means we're still early, okay? And to finish it off, friends, when PulseChain, when Shibarium, we're still waiting. Look. You're playing the game wrong, all right? You're playing the game wrong. I know Shibarium, Shib community and PulseChain community, very energized, extremely passionate, and they can move the name around, man. Good branding, all right? And they haven't been released yet. And I think, isn't that a coincidence that the two strongest communities that I found suddenly have not released their chains yet? I don't think that's a coincidence, friends. I think the people in control, they know what they're doing. And I feel more confident with that because they understand the psychology of the masses. This is something you can't read about in textbooks. These people, they just know. They know, all right? They have a gift. So these are the two biggest unreleased chains coming out in the year, PulseChain, Shibarium. Don't make the mistake of following mid-curvers. And look, retailers are not getting a libido vigor for rehashed DeFi, options protocols, or a fake real yield. So what they call real yield is they'll do DeFi yield farming, but they'll automatically sell. They'll put your money in Curve, the stablecoin protocol. They'll sell and then they'll buy ETH with it immediately. So, but then here's the catch. They're like, you probably think, oh wow, so you earn Ethereum in yield. Not so fast. To get the Ethereum yield, you have to buy their poop coin and then stake it for like 30, 60, 90 days or a year. And if you stake it, then you'll get the Ethereum yield. So it's the same Ponzi scheme as 2020 where everything, you need users, man. You need users. With all of these, they don't work without users. You need new, fresh people coming in. Without them, there's not enough game theory you can do. If you watch my videos, friends, like, subscribe, bell button, or continue being my friend. I've mentioned time and time again, you can't do game theory by itself to get people in. It's not enough. The community is the asset, not the code. Okay? I have spoken about this so many times. So when PulseChain, well, look at the God chart. Ethereum's ICO price was 31 cents and we never came back. Now, my brain, my little peanut brain, I can't comprehend. I don't even want to do this number on my portfolio or your portfolio or on my friends and families and cousins. This return is too big for me to comprehend, okay? So my peanut brain, I'm happy if we just get, honestly, I'll be happy with a 10x. I'm not going to get out at 10x, no way, but I'm just saying I'm woohoo. Okay, like even if we only get 100x, I'm just telling you now, Ricardo, Mr. Corazon, he would not be doing PulseChain unless he was confident he could repeat this chart, okay? Mr. Corazon, this is the HEX chart, right? From day one Uniswap, you killed it. Even if you got the worst adoption amplifier price for HEX, okay, the worst. I'm actually going to get here from the worst, all right? We're going to do it to the top. Your return is 163x. I'm telling you now, that's pretty juicy. That's great. The worst guy got 163x. Man, we are lucky that we're able to find this edge and other people keep judging, but we're here with open hearts, open minds, and we get to see the rewards come in for diamond hands and patience, friends. So, the God chart, Ethereum. This is why we're here. Can PulseChain do that? Well, you want to know, right? When PulseChain, this is why I genuinely believe the new buyers, they come after a $2,000 Ethereum. Maybe we go up to 2,600 and we confirm, okay? Because I've made my post and I've showed you, right? I've showed you back here. I've showed you. If you go in, you look closely. Look when PulseChain launched. I'm going to zoom in for you here. Look when PulseChain launched, friends. I want to show you this. PulseChain launched. Let me get this for you right here. Look at that. This is HEX, sorry. HEX. HEX launched. So we have Ethereum makes its low right here. Confirms the bottom. And then, okay, we're going sideways. We've got to rinse more people out. Then HEX launches. Now, you might say to me, well, I don't think HEX's launch was timed. And I'll say, when we look back through the passage of time in the future, it will look like it was launched at the perfect time. So I don't care what you believe. Do you think, oh, he was timing it, he was not timing it? It doesn't matter. All that matters is what happens. And I believe people in 5 years, 10 years, when they look back at the launches, they'll say, wow, that launched at the most perfect time in the cycle. Okay? So when PulseChain? Well, that's why I'm generally waiting for Ethereum. I think Vitalik knows, as a joke, Vitalik knows the launch date more than us. So when these prices happen, I think people will be very reluctant. No one will want to give away their day one sacrifice prices. I think we'll be in a new paradigm of thinking like, hey, no more depression anymore, right? Now we're in hope and disbelief. When can we get to optimism? That's going to be the new gamble. And then these prices and everything that this represented will be gone forever. Remember, you are my sprinkles and you are my baby doll friend. Friends, you tell your mum and your dad you love them. I will catch you very soon.